minutes needed, but you're also surely being inspired by the atmosphere, the whole occasion. This is a fantastically big night for snooker, Ken.
These type of nights are what you play snooker for. From when we watched it on the telly when we were young, we wanted to be involved in something like this, and playing in front of such a great crowd and such a big tournament with a fantastic atmosphere. This is what we dreamed about as kids, and a lot of kids out there will be watching that tonight, and they'll be dreaming about being out there in another 10 or 15 years.
Steve, did you find that it helped to raise the level of your game when you got to a final like this?
Yeah, I think you sort of do put in a few superhuman performances, and ones that when you look back on them you think, how on earth did I did that? I played a better standard there than I do in practice, which is very unusual. What a setup, what a match, what a great arena as well now all of a sudden as it's full up.
It sure is, yeah. Right, last one before the interval.
Mark Selby to break. Settle down, please. Thank you.
Well, certainly a better break-off shot than in the last frame that Ronnie O'Sullivan made, which, well, he only broke off, and that was his last shot, wasn't it? Tough school.
I know. You'd more or less like to say to the other bloke, you can break.
Yeah. But there's no pot on here, just playing the red up and down and leaving his cue ball near the top cushion.
Even though that was a pretty simple shot, look at the absolute dead weight on the cue ball there. Jammed to the cushion. I don't know whether it's early to suggest a re-rack, John, but sometimes when the ball's one goes in the balk area like that, all the players can do is keep tapping it into the pack. What do you think?
Yeah, I suppose really, if sometimes it's value just giving someone a chance to play safe off it, but has to be said, Mark Selby had a chance there and didn't fancy it because of these reds to the left corner. Just caught a glimpse of Ronnie when he went back to his seat. Nice to see him smiling, and let's hope he's enjoying it, because we are. Just changes the scenario slightly. Now there's two reds in the balk end. You don't have a problem playing a safety shot, not to the balk cushion, but somewhere past the right middle pocket, because a player won't be interested in knocking one red up the table and leaving the other one there. So just off these, just past the middle pocket, be fine. And let your opponent make the decision.
Yes, quite right, JV. That stopped the chance of a re-rack. And it was interesting listening to the boys in the studio, and particularly Steve there.
Okay.
Well, they've decided to have a re-rack after that.
Yes. Mark rolled into the reds. Ronnie came to the table, looked at him, he said, re-rack, and I think the way both players have started this evening with that attacking, break-building attitude, I don't think they wanted to be tip-tapping for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, frame 12. Mark Selby to break.
Yes, and as I was saying there before the boys threw them back up for a re-rack, listening to Steve in the studio there, this is a night like this is a night where you have to have total and utter inner belief. You don't have to go around telling everybody how well you're playing, but you've got to feel it yourself, like you're the best player in the world.
Got it much too thick, and he's not got away with it. He's definitely left the red to the left middle pocket, and possibly one to the right middle. I'm not certain whether that goes though, but certainly the one to the left middle will.
Yes, Mark's just checking there if he can just play a little stunt shot, leave himself on the pink in the centre, and he had a little look to see if the red that's just up from the cue ball would go in the opposite, the top right-hand pocket here. So he's, if it doesn't, he's got like a half a shot to nothing. Not the same amount of pressure on it. Well, he's taken it into the top corner, but well played. Clever little shot as well. Played it in a way that it was like a shot to nothing. And I don't know whether you saw Mark Selby earlier in his career, John, but his cue action now to what it used to be is totally unrecognisable.
Yes, I did see him. In fact, he was on a junior big break once, was Mark. And, yeah, it was all a bit long, wasn't it? But he shortened it up. He's got more control now of that cue and the delivery. And the fact that the pink wouldn't go on its own spot there was absolutely perfect for him. He's got it on the black spot, available into both corners. Chance of a reasonable score here.
Yes, and I was going to say, if you could leave the cue ball a little short here, it's one of those ones where you power the red in and hit the pack and move them out a bit. Don't know how far he's run. If he's gone too far, he's got one in the centre as well, but you could have left that cue ball a little low there. It was one of those ones that you pot the red and open the reds off the red. But don't know whether he's got it. It's fairly straight there. Might be able to power a few out. Just depends on how he sees it. Decided to go for the blue, pot this, pot the red, which is perfect there, and leave an angle on the blue to go in the pack if you want, or play on the loose red. When you're making a break, John, it's all about individual choice, isn't it?
It is, and I think if you can avoid risks at any time, then do so. That's not to say he may not try and leave an angle on the blue here to go into the cluster, although he could have left more of an angle. There is that red, that one at the bottom of the cluster. He's got to adjust the pace of this though, and these tables are quick. And that time he wanted, as you were saying earlier, John, he wanted to be low on that red, and as soon as he hit it, he knew he'd under-hit it. He's on the red okay, but he wanted to be low, so in potting it, he could cannon into the other reds. Had a chance of playing for the black as well. So, well, there's maybe one loose red available into the left middle after this red and the pink.
$27.
It looks like that loose red was in the opposite corner. Why he decided to play the cannon wasn't the best way to go into him, but he's just about on a red, a thin cut 33. To the left middle.
Well, whether he can have total control over this shot, whether he can actually avoid one of the ball colours when he pots this. Wow, what a result that is, by the way.
34.
That is a beautiful kiss, because if he went past the yellow there without the double kiss, he was on nothing.
Yeah, that cue ball to finish tight on the baulk cushion, and as you say, the best he could have hoped for was to play a snooker. But he's absolutely inch perfect on this yellow. There's a few loose reds.
I'm sure his mindset this evening was win the opening mini session, and we've got a match on.
36.
And he could just be doing that.
Oh, he's overrun
37.
it. He's overrun it. I think he's complaining that he got a little bit of a unexpected bounce off the top cushion. Whether he did or not, I don't know, but he's not on anything now.
I think he did, John. I think that come off nearly twice the pace it went on. Yep, it was a pinger.
It's funny, in your desperation, he looked out of the round to the referee, Jan Verhaas, and nothing Jan can do about it. It's annoying, it's frustrating, and it was a great opportunity to level the match before the mid-session interval.
And of course, he's not really going to want to play the pink. So there may be a few misses coming up here. He decides to take a ball colour.
Green ball.
Yes, green. Oh well. He's not. Well, it looks like it was touching, but he can get past that without moving the red, so shouldn't be too bad.
Foul. And a miss. Mark Selby 37. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4. Yeah.
Nothing there for Ronnie, so deciding to have it put back. One of those situations though, John, you'd expect Mark to be hitting this fairly soon, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't hit it this time. Just needed a fraction more right-hand side.
Yeah, it's a tad.
It is imperative, of course, that the cue ball's back in exactly the same position as it was, because he's going to make a slight allowance.
How's that? Well, I'm not liking it, but it will do.
How's that?
Green again?
He said, I'm not liking it, but it'll do. Yeah, you'd be surprised if he doesn't hit the green this time. So I was unlucky, really. Got a little unexpected bounce off the top cushion when he was in perfect position. So didn't make the most of the opportunity, but not his fault.
Not a straightforward safety shot here for Mark. Red on the side cushion on the right hand side is stopping him coming off the pack, and of course he'd be slightly hampered by the green anyway, cueing wise. Red that's above the black to the left hand side can't really get that thin enough to get round the back of the pink and black. Sorry, round the back of the pink there to get back to the baulk area, so that's tricky. May just be the dump shot. Leave the cue ball up here.
Yeah, I think what's making it tricky, there's a few paths back to baulk, but of course it's the proximity of the green to the cue ball. Just makes it awkward cueing. and that's what's making this a lot more difficult than it would normally be.
Mark just surveying the scene there to see what he would leave. If that red on the left hand side would be potable. If he plays that dump shot and leaves the cue ball up this end.
Oh, under normal circumstances you'd say that was a good containing shot, but the way this match is being played at the moment, you're not surprised at anything either player goes for.
Absolutely fantastic. As good as a pot has been played in this match today. Astonishing.
Well, when Mark Selby played the containing safety, I thought, well, you know, he's not left anything, well, certainly nothing remotely easy. We'll put that line in from the pink. If he can get this cannon, he'll have opened all the reds up. Well, he could have done with it and it followed, but he knew he was always on the red to the left corner.
Seven.
And all the other reds are in the open now. What a chance this is for Ronnie. And doesn't he deserve it after that red to the left middle?
You think you're only allowed 3 of those in your lifetime, aren't you? What a shot that was. Goodness me.
$14. $15. $20. 21. $27.
So it shouldn't really be a problem with 3 reds in the open. This frame's going to be all about the one on the right hand side cushion or just off it.
$28.
Well, he's going to lose the black here. I think the highest available spot will be the green spot. 2 points to lead. It's the red
35.
on the right hand side of the table that's the problem ball.
36.
He's not played that well.
I was thinking to myself, would it be one of those rare
42.
occasions where you pop the red and try and flick the other red off? And he may try and do that now. This is not easy.
43.
Didn't quite get the cannon there. I think he may have tried to get the little flick.
Yeah, the problem is, though, that when you're so close to the cushion, there's not a lot you can do with a cue ball. It'd be a good shot to get near this last red now. Well, unless he's going to risk the double, he'll be playing safe. I suggest safety.
49.
I know they're going for everything at the moment, but I'm surely the safety is the best shot to play here.
And he's got a big target, John, as well, behind green and black. A little bit of run inside.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Disappointed not to leave
49.
something here. And there you go.
Well, once again, just to perfection. He couldn't risk the double. And now, Mark Selby with a problem. He's not only hitting this, he's got to try and get it safe. That looks a line that could get him to hit the red, but as I say, it's all important that he gets it safe. And you can think about the shot as much as you like. I mean, personally, John, would you play it dead weight first time around?
I think you've got to, John. I don't think you're going to be forward to hitting this one with any pace. I like the shot you've put up on the screen. Something like that. I think that's the only way you can go. Side cushion, a little bit of run inside. Top cushion and try and get dead weight on the red. No value in smashing this round the table. Don't want to be leaving free balls or anything, so dead weight it is.
Trouble is he hasn't got a lot of points to play with. In 16 behind, this looks a good line, and it looks a pretty good length. Is it going to reach?
Foul.
Not quite.
Yeah. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Well, the only good news for Mark Selby is he's had a sighter, so he should be able to get over this shot. Knows he was on the right lines. Literally, John.
Good hit. Couldn't have hit it better. The problem is with that dead weight shot, you leave your opponent close to the red. Now, normally, when they're close to the red, you say, well, it's an easy safety, possible snooker, but this isn't that straightforward for Ronnie to get the snooker, and that's where he'll gain the advantage, and he couldn't do it. So not only was it a good hit from Mark Selby, it landed pretty well, and the initiative that Ronnie had when he had the snooker behind the green isn't quite there anymore. Although Mark Selby's 20 points behind, one good shot, and he could be the new favourite for this frame.
Problem for Mark here is he's got to avoid the double kiss. He'd love to be able to push the red up and down, but if you play that shot, there's a very good chance of a double kiss.
Well, he decided to play cushion first. Has that red run far enough? It's cuttable. It was a good idea because the normal cross the table hitting the red first, as you say, John, there was a great danger of a double kiss. He avoided the double kiss, but this red is possible. But too thick. Now, has Ronnie left it, or has he fluked the snooker? Well, I don't think he's quite got the snooker, but he'll be quite happy with that result if he has got the snooker. It's just an easy swerve, but the old problem, can you hit it and get it safe?
Well, I'm right behind it, John, and it's at least three-quarter ball. So he's been very fortunate there. And yes, he may be able to play this as a swerve, but you can't really hit it that hard, because if you bang the cue ball down to get the swerve on, it throws out, doesn't come back, and you don't get the contact full on the red. So I should suggest it would be a cushion instead.
And if it's a cushion, it's hit and hope. Oh, I'd have played it firmer than that. He played it gently. He was hoping for a full ball contact on the red. He didn't get it. That could be his last shot in this frame.
Right, that'll do now. Thank you.
the skill levels and for all the talent and determination on show this evening, you can't beat a little bit of luck.
Okay.
Yes, very true. 21 points the lead. He pots the pink, goes 27 points in front with 27 remaining. The comeback from Mark Selby has been stopped in its tracks, it looks. Started this evening session 2 frames behind. And if Ronnie gets on the yellow, which he looks as though he has done perfectly, those 2 frames that O'Sullivan had in the bag are still going to be intact.
9.
Mark Selby will be in his dressing room and he'll be wondering how that ball pinged off the cushion and ended up snookering himself, because it may very well prove pivotal here this evening.
Yes, that ping off the cushion, the red he missed in another frame. There you go. Well, he's missed the brown, but it won't matter. There was a 2-frame deficit at the start of the evening, and it looks certain as though that's going to stay that way. 32 behind Mark Selby comes to the table, 22 remaining. He may as well pot this brown and try and get a couple of snookers to tie on the blue.
Four.
28 points now the difference, so 2 5-point snookers on the blue, and he would be able to tie, but well, it's a tall order.
Black being where it is very difficult. If it was on its spot, you give him a far better shout, but where it is there, very difficult to get tight behind that black, or indeed tight behind the pink. So I suggest Ronnie is a long odds-on favourite here.
Well, that's not fair, is it? Mark Selby needs the snookers, Ronnie. And now he's missed it. I doubt whether he'll carry on, and he says to Ronnie, enough's enough. So Ronnie O'Sullivan retains his 2-frame advantage as they go to the mid-session interval. It could have gone either way. Mark Selby could have levelled, but he missed his opportunities through fair means or foul. And Ronnie O'Sullivan is into the mid-session interval, still leading.